Morning, YouTube. I just read a Sigmund Freud quote that says, "The masses have never thirsted for truth. They want illusion," or something like that. And the picture shows a bunch of people with their heads stuffed in a TV set. Reminded me of a conversation I had with a friend yesterday. Sorry, I'm watering. I always have to do my videos lately when I'm busy doing my chores. And yeah, I just took my hat off. I look a little crazy. But this is when I have time and when my heart is on YouTube and having some thoughts. So I had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and they were saying how they like The Rock, that Dwayne Johnson actor guy. And I said, well, you know that there's a video going around right now that shows a compilation of things with him in it, where one of them is a skit he did on, I know I'm saying, somebody's going to talk shit about me again, not being professional. I'm not professional, y'all. I'm just a chick doing videos for fun and to get my heart out there. So, anyway, it says that I told him that this video is going around with The Rock that shows a skit he did in a Dr. Schmock, scientist Schmock or whatever, saying, oh, he made the most controversial competition or whatever. He made a child molesting robot. And then there's like a laugh track. And yeah, the other actors are all like, ooh, ooh. But then he says it, oh, do I need to say it louder? And he says it again. They show us who they are, y'all. The next clip shows him talking to a child and their father in some kind of interview. And he says he eats kids and asks the kid how old he is. And the kid says 12. And he goes, oh, okay. And the kid kind of chuckles and thinks he's joking and says, oh, well, that's good or whatever. But again, they show you who you are, who they are. And those that study the adrenochrome thing know that they harvest those children before they're 10 years old and younger. And then the third clip is him being interviewed and laughing, saying how he worships Satan. Well, I don't know, maybe I'm not hip on humor or whatever, but I see a lot of these kind of little clips with stars and stuff, and supposedly they're joking, but it isn't funny, so I don't know where the joke is. Anybody that would sit and make jokes about molesting, eating kids or whatever, and worshiping Satan, I don't know, like that's not funny to me. But so I'm talking to my friend, and he's like, doesn't want to hear it. He doesn't really hear the part of me, like he's not interested, and he gets really down when I said that, and he starts talking over me so he can't really hear what I'm saying about The Rock. And he says I'm depressing him. He just wants to watch the movies and I'm depressing him. So, yeah, I think that was a good example. And again, if you watch this, my friend, don't take this personal. I'm sure your opinion is a lot more popular than mine speaking about these things. But I think that was it in a good example of how most people feel. They don't want to know if the stars they worship eat kids, worship Satan, molest children or whatever. And because they may be attractive or play a part in a movie that's really one of their favorites or whatever, they would rather watch their movies, listen to their music, and pretend that the person's a good person. I think even if they walked into the room and saw them doing something fucking sick, they would just ignore it and keep watching their movies or whatever. I don't know. That's how it feels to me. So I think part of the problem is people just don't want to, they just don't want to know. And those of us that know, that want people to know and stop supporting, you know, whatever projects these people are into, we're seen as the weird ones. Sorry, I got a cheap hose and it keeps kinking. We're the ones that are called crazy and making them uncomfortable. Now, it's not me making you uncomfortable, man. It's the fact that you want to watch a guy that worships Satan, molests kids, and thinks it's funny, and you don't want to know the truth. So that's what makes you uncomfortable, not me. Like, the topic came up and I was just telling you. So it's really hard for me to be around people anymore that don't see what's happening, don't want to see what's happening, just want to eat crap food, do whatever things they like to do to waste, I shouldn't say waste, to enjoy their time, and they just don't want to know how the world really works. And I think that's a shame, because I think we can change this world literally in a heartbeat, as long as it takes to take a breath in and release it, and just get to a place where that's not something that we're just not going to participate in this madness any longer, that we're not going to worship people that are negative energy and do evil shit no matter what they look like. And then I had another little interesting thing. I have somebody I know that is just a lovely person. She's beautiful and she's kind, and you know, she's a really cool chick, lives off grid with her husband. So if you're watching this, I'm not mentioning your name, and if I'm wrong about any of this, hit me up, or if you want to talk about it or whatever. But I saw them post in a group that they were lonely and they were looking for like-minded people nearby to hang out. And I offered to do a tuning fork session on her, because I'm starting my free practice sessions this week. Hopefully tomorrow. I'll let you know how it goes. And I'm really excited about it. And she said she's not into any witch stuff. Well, to some people, yeah, she is, because she's into foraging and, you know, making natural medicines and gardening and all that stuff. So I think she identifies as Christian or whatever. Now, I have nothing against witch. That's a pretty broad term or whatever. So I think it's funny, because I don't identify as a witch. I have friends that are witches or I think they identify as that, but they're not doing evil spells and stuff. They're just people that have a different spiritual outlook, and they're good people. They're not worshiping Satan or nothing bad like that. They just do natural healings and, you know, have their own way of praying and all like that. So I don't know. I don't really fit into any box, and I don't identify even as a Christian, because number one, if I went by the teachings of Christ, he wasn't a Christian, and the teachings from my understanding are don't worship anybody, and no false idols and that kind of stuff. And we're expected to do better, that we're made in the image of God, and we have the same abilities as Christ does, as far as, loving people, all kinds of things. I don't want to say too much, because Christians get all heated when you talk Christian stuff, because each Christian is indoctrinated with their own version of Christianity or whatever. But so anyway, I just wanted to say that if you can reach out to somebody that's lonely or having a hard time. Every day I'm seeing more and more on social media, people getting hopeless, people losing jobs, people confused, sad, alone, isolated. There's billions of people on this planet. We shouldn't have that going on. Yeah, some of it's self-isolating, or I think that a lot of people, when they reach out or want to be friends with somebody, they're looking for somebody like them. They're not seeing that there are people that love them and want them in their life and that are right there all around them, but it isn't what they want. So they don't accept that friendship. They keep looking and saying how lonely they are or whatever. So if you're struggling out there, reach out and love the people that are offering love. And, if they aren't exactly what you were picturing, but they're a good person and they care about you, accept their love and friendship. And also remember to reach out to other people with some positivity and to give back. That old saying of give the world what it is you're seeking. So if you're lonely, offer some solace to somebody else that's lonely. If you feel unloved, offer love to somebody who needs some love. And in that way, it creates exactly what you're looking for. So anyway, that's my video this morning. And I know I said a lot of ums. When I'm told not to do something, I tend to have a rebellious spirit and be kind of, I'm gonna fucking all I want. So that's probably why I'm umming a lot more lately than I normally do. But again, I'm just on here to connect with like-minded folks and to make videos on what's on my heart. And originally I started this channel as a act of using my voice and freedom, because we're being censored. And as an adult, I feel they have no right to censor what I think, what I feel, what I believe, what words I can and cannot use. And that's getting harder and harder every day as far as what we're allowed to say. And I just want to stand up against all that. So that was originally why I made the YouTube channel, and to face a fear and do something that is doesn't necessarily come naturally to me. And now that I've been doing this for quite a while, it's, my videos aren't professional. I don't sound like a news person or whatever, but I never intended to have a channel like that. I like channels where people are just natural. Some days their hair is messy. Some days they look tired. Some days they look on point. Sometimes they're feeling depressed, and some days they're feeling super jacked up. That's just part of being human. I think that having an emotional spectrum is important. So get out there and shine. Give the world something that you wish you had, and let's change the planet. The planet. That's another topic. All right, y'all. Shine on. One love.